David Vizard here, and you, my friends, are watching PowerTec 10. In this edition, we are going to go to the track, that will be Shady Side, and check out to see what the combination of our so far modifications on our 2.3 Ecoboost Mustang. Now I'm sure you're all familiar with the expression, the BS stops when the flag drops. Well, it's kind of a road racer's deal, because I started drag racing with flags for a long time. We don't have flags, we have lights. Now, when we've shown our results at the drag strip, we've gone to particular trouble to show you the ET in the lights, and that's what we're going to do. So hang tight. I'm going to start the day with Andy picking up some fuel and our ride over to Shady Side. This was the best time we managed all day. We could have gone faster. Keep watching and I'll tell you why.
So what you think about the tuner?
Well, I'm full of high hopes. A few stabs on the gas pedal on the road. 5 gallons. That's $21, round figures. $21 a gallon.
Yeah.
This is making water injection seem like it's a giveaway.
Yeah, so what we bought was Sunoco 260 GTX, which is unleaded race fuel, 98 octane through the regular research method. It's non-oxygenated. We're going to put a few gallons of it in the car.
Yeah.
Just as a safety thing.
Make sure we are over 93.
And yeah. Probably really don't need it, but
it's a new car and it's mine.
Yeah, and you want to make sure it's good. Let's go over a little breakdown of what's been done to this car. Okay, it started out running what, 9 flat?
No, the best we had was
the first time you took it.
A 9.104. That was with Doug in it.
So that was completely bone stock.
Yeah.
David did the wheel and tire combo and the rear suspension bushings, and immediately we lost about a half a second. Or we did lose over a half a second.
We dropped 6 tenths out of the time.
And
we ditched 6/10 of a second, which just for wheels and tires and bushings is a pretty good bit. Now
it's
we picked
substantial.
up it was 82.48. Before we that was uncorrected. I never corrected those figures, so they were all going to be slightly better. But I thought, well, hell, they're close enough. It's going to be faster, right? But only by the odd hundredth or so. But before, we did a corrected 79.9.
So basically, right at 80 miles an hour.
It was just a hair's breadth under 80 miles an hour. So we picked up pretty much a solid 2.5 miles an hour.
Yeah. So today we're adding power. Now the question for today is, will this added torque that this tune has, will it overpower the Continentals? I think we can still slip it out to get probably 10 feet out before it really starts pulling steam. But I think we're going to see a 1.8 60-foot time today at least.
I'm anticipating that. I hope we're not wrong, Andy.
No, I hope we're not wrong either, but so far our assumptions have been right.
Well, that's a cool experience.
Yeah. And
so I've been doing this a long time, Andy.
Yeah, you have.
And you, right? Both of us have done it for a reasonable lifetime.
Yeah. Want to give a huge shout out to Greg's Airplanes and Automobiles channel.
Oh yeah, Greg, we got the tube as well. Looks good.
So you need to check out his channel. I'll put a link to it in the upper corner. But he has an Ecoboost Mustang, and he's been whittling away trying to find power through tune. And he has parts that are available through his company. So make sure you check it out if you're in the Ecoboost Mustangs, because he can definitely make you faster.
So can we.
So can we. All right, we are at Shady Side Dragway once again, okay? It's a little bit cooler out here today. We've got the race gas in the car. We're letting the car cool off because I think that's going to be key to getting a good ET. What do you think, David?
Yep, and I think this is rum and coke, not coffee.
Well, he'll be feeling good today, so yeah, let's get to it. I can honestly say I've never seen a jet car at Shady Side. So this is a first. How cool is that? Well, the car has been cooled down for probably about an hour. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but I think it will definitely help. So let's go get in the staging lanes and make this first run. Well, didn't end up racing the vet. I got this Firebird drag car. Well, I screwed that up. So we've got us a race with this Coyote car that's sitting beside us. 2 females, and it's a 6-speed car. That's pretty cool. She's only made like 6 passes ever down the drag strip, so she wanted to run beside of us. Thought that was pretty awesome. You want to let her go in first, since I'm going around the water and I don't know what she's planning on doing. Yeah, if you're a beginning drag racer, don't drive through water with street tires, because it just drags the water up. Do a little dry hump. A pretty good run. Alright, so this run right here, I've made a few changes. I lowered the rear air pressure down to 30 psi and increased the front to 50 psi, and we put the stage 2 tune in it. Now this thing's had a little bit longer to cool off this run, so hopefully we'll be able cross your fingers. If I do my job, hopefully the car will do its job. Go around the water and hope for the best. This second tune feels a little bit spicier.
Now remember earlier I said we could go faster than that 8.4 when we saw on the clocks? Let me put the situation to you here and see if you agree. You can take that 8.41 as a solid figure. Absolutely something that is, how shall I say, a doable time and time again type result. When conditions were as they were as we were testing. Now, for some reason or another, we could not get a sub 2-second launch. I don't know quite what it was, whether it was slightly due to the Cobb tune or traction or what, because by the time it came to my turn to drive, which was immediately after that 8.41, a car massively blew the engine up, and it was, how shall I say, about 35 minutes before they were going to close the track, and they announced it would take at least 45 minutes to clean the track up. So I didn't get to drive. Now here's the deal, don't forget I go about 1/10 of a second faster than Andy because I'm 110 odd pounds lighter than him. Also, I have a feeling that since we made that run right after the jet car went, that there may have been some effect of the kerosene they use as fuel on the track, because they were doing smoky tailpipe burns, and that smoke, you see, some of that kerosene vapor, or yeah, it probably is a vapor, but some of it could have been droplets as well. There was probably an 8.31 second 8th mile in the car. Now, how come I'm so sure? Well, let's just take Andy's times to start with here. Andy's best time was somewhere, with this extra weight, was somewhere around, before we put the Cobb tune on, somewhere around a high 81 miles an hour, nearly 82 miles an hour. Now, that 8.41 run, he went a solid 85 miles an hour. Andy has never been 85 miles an hour. So his speed went up by 3 miles an hour. Now, I've been 85 miles an hour without the Cobb tune. So I'm thinking that I could have probably have run 87, maybe 88 miles an hour. So the probably, let's underline the probably. It's not a guaranteed figure by any means. So you should take it for what it's worth. Another factor contributing to our woes on the start line is the lack of a trans brake. We can't seem to get that boost on board prior to us getting launched, or at least not a decent enough amount of boost. Now, the Cobb tuner has a trans brake function on it, but we can't get it to work with our 2023 Ecoboost Mustang. Now, I've seen it being used on various YouTube videos. There's one guy did a very nice video on using the Cobb tuner to put a trans brake on. I'll see if I can put that across the bottom here so that you can reference it. Very well done video. Now, if anybody knows why our 2023 Mustang won't respond to a Cobb tuner's trans brake function, let us know. We desperately need it. Now, I don't want to be too hasty to blame the Cobb tuner. It's proved successful in so many instances that us having an isolated incident, dubious. Now, our start line problems could be due to something else, and it's just kind of chiming in with what the Cobb tuner is trying to do and failing, not because the Cobb tuner is going wrong, but because of something else. What it could be due to, and I got this piece of what I'm considering a very valuable piece of information from Greg's Airplanes and Engines. I spoke with Greg on the phone, and if you watch the video that Andy has put the connection with earlier on in our video, you will see that one of the problems that he suspected was taking place, and there's strong evidence for it, is with this. This is your stock boost controller. So, based on that evidence, I ordered a brand new boost controller as per shown up there from American Muscle. So, we're going to install that on our next run. Also, we are going to install this monster here. Now, it looks bigger than it does because you're on a wide angle lens here and it's close to the camera. Now, this is from Greg's, I forget what he calls the company now. I'll put that in up in the corner there. But this is what I like about it. There is no big corrugation here. Those corrugations on the stock one are just a nightmare for airflow. This is a smooth transition from this to this. Also, it is bigger diameter and it has smoother radii. Right? Also, there's some work we can do on the turbo to improve its entry into from here into the turbo. Last but least, it's a nice shiny red. Now, why is it a nice shiny red? It's going to reflect heat, and the material it's made of is not very good at conducting heat, so the charge will stay cooler. Now, Greg is experimenting with a silver one. When he gets that right, that's what we'll be putting on the car. We need to radiate heat. So those are the mods that we'll have done ready for our next outing. We can see that maybe with a little bit more tweaking here, we might just see 90 miles an hour in the lights before we pack things up for the winter. Let's see. Anyway, I'm going to wind things up now, so back over to Andy.
So until next time, this is Andy Wood, David Vizard,
and it's a very tired DV. Right, Andy wore me to a frazzle today, although I was half frazzled by the time we got to the track. Cheers.
Catch y'all later.